How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be working on my sciontc. After a lot of people have been commenting, when are you going to start working on this and can't wait to see more content, here it is. I have a little bit of extra time, more than I do usually, so I'm going to do some of the maintenance on this car and kind of show you what to do. But before we get into that, if you could do me a huge favor, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Definitely would appreciate it. We also have our social media links are in the description below. If you could go ahead and please follow those, definitely appreciate it. And if you're looking for any parts or accessories, definitely hit us up at info@m2-motoring.com or check out the website m2-motoring.com. Depending on when you see this video, the website should be up already. We're redoing the new website. And yeah, making a more refined process on how to find parts or get quotes and all that. But anyways, let's get started. I got to move the Mercedes and the XB out of the way so I can pull the TC out. I have the car on jack stands now, and I did do the quick shake test to make sure it's all safe. I also have the jack still there supporting just in case. I'm one of those paranoid types. But what I'm going to be working on today is actually doing the transmission fluid change or gear oil change. I have three quart packs of Amsoil 7590 gear oil. They've been a supporter of M2 Motoring for a very long time now. So thank you so much to Amsoil for the support. I did buy this and a lot of the other stuff I've been using as of late. I do support a good company and I've always used their stuff and it has never let me down. So some of this product, some of what you're gonna need today is actually obviously a drain pan for the old fluid and a 24 socket. I have a half drive. I have that just in case, but don't really need it, and some towels. It's really easy to do and I'll show you. So I'll get underneath and show you where all the plugs are at. Also noted, I believe the OEM specifications is 5.3 pints, which is a little over 2.5 quarts. These Amsoil packs are very, very useful. They come in 1 quart size packages. You don't need to use the pump method for this particular car. All you do is you take the end of it and you squeeze it in and you're done, instead of having to pump and make a mess sometimes. This is much more easy and convenient. So underneath here, you can see where I'm pointing to. That is the fill plug. It says it on there. You can read it there. And the drain plug's actually back there by the subframe, if you can see it. It's the lowest size 24 plug right there. So before you open the drain plug, I always recommend opening the fill plug to make sure this actually comes off, because if you open the drain plug and somehow the fill plug gets stuck or you strip it or whatever, that's going to be a bit of a problem. So I always recommend opening this one first, and just to crack it open to make sure it threads out, and then open that.
One pathetic sob story later.
I didn't realize my camera died while I was doing this, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you instead of doing the time lapse. So the 24 fits over this plug right here. On this car, it was on very, very tight. I actually had to use a breaker bar with my socket. It barely fits in there, but it did fit, so that was amazing. And I have my garage door closed because my neighbor's blasting music, so I don't want any copyright strikes. So please bear with the lighting, okay? So the big thing with this car is I don't think this fluid's ever been changed, because as soon as I crack the seal, it definitely stinks. And being in my garage right now with the door shut, this is going to be fun. So you want to be careful when you take this out. You want to keep your finger on the plug, loosen the the fill plug a little bit for some of the pressure. When you take this off, it's going to come out shooting if you don't keep your finger on it because of the pressure. So when you take it out, just be real careful. And I'm going to go ahead and get this off real quick and let it... Oh, there you go. That just smells great. Oh wow, yeah, that smells real. That smells real nice. I'm gonna loosen the fill plug. As you can see, though, it's getting a little bit more in volume, but that just smells fantastic. So I don't know if you can see it in the video. The fluid is actually quite clear. This car's only got 4,000 miles on it, but the fluid's been in this, I believe this is the original fluid from when the car was made, or assembled or put together. So 2007, 2008. So the better part of 14, 15 years, this fluid's been in there. Again, I'm not the original owner of this car. It was owned by Scion Corp, and then friend Greg bought it, and then Bob bought it after a week, and then it's been sitting forever, and now I've had it and it's been sitting. But yeah, this is the drain process on the TC. Going to loosen the plug a little more, so there you go. So yeah, once all the pressure's off, you can see how much it shoots out. Let's try to minimize that so it didn't make a mess, which it's working. So generally the fluid capacity, from my understanding, is 5.3 pints. Again, that's a little over 2.5 quarts. So we're just gonna go ahead and let this completely drain, and I'll get back to you when I start filling. After you take the plugs off, while everything is draining, you always wanna check the condition of your plugs. This comes down to oil changes or anything, any of these bolts that you take that hold fluid back. You always wanna check the condition, make sure it's not stripped. It's not gonna give you problems while the vehicle is in operation. This is the fill plug, it looks good. And the drain plug threads, everything looks good on them. They should be, because they've never been removed before on the car, so we're good. Here are the, I guess you would call it bags of gear oil. I'm gonna go ahead and open the tops off here and get them ready for filling. Came back to the underside of the car. It's more or less done, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the plug back on. Now, when you put this back on, it doesn't need to be as tight. Whoever put it on before, shame on you. That was way too tight. So, a little bit harder to work in this space because the TC front bumper is extremely low, but I'll survive. So when you tighten this, you just need to tighten it just enough. So again, to fill this is pretty straightforward. It's simple. You just shove this in the hole and you start squeezing. That's why I love these Amsoil packs. It makes filling very simple. The pump method works too. This just is, to me, it's more convenient. So I do like this method, or this type of product. Just cap it off and you're good. That means it's at its level. Let's take a look. A little more. Okay. A little too much, but it's okay. Let's get the cap back on and we're good. Oops. Get a towel, so wipe up. Wipe up the area, make sure you don't leave any residue. And again, you don't need to tighten this like crazy, just like I'm just doing it hand tight. Oops. All right, finished everything up. Just got to clean up the area and we're good to go. Again, this is the video on how to change the gear oil or transmission fluid on your manual transmission, first gen Scion TC. Real straightforward and easy. Sorry, the lighting's kind of bad. My neighbor is blasting music and using a belt sander, so it's really loud outside. So I had to close the garage door. But yeah, that pretty much concludes today's episode. Thanks again so much for watching. Appreciate all the likes, comments, and feedback that I've been getting on the videos. Really do appreciate it. Until next time, you guys take care. See you on the next episode.